Welcome to the NCAA Baseball Regionals, presented by Capital One. Look at the Willamette River in the Pacific Northwest, the regional final of the Eugene Regional at PK Park, as the Cal Poly Mustangs had to survive extra innings already today to advance to this regional final against the Big 12 tournament champion Arizona Wildcats. A look at our bracket, and these two teams played already once, game one of this tournament. And through the losers bracket, Cal Poly beat Oregon and then Utah Valley in 11 innings earlier today to take on the Arizona Wildcats, who were 2-0 so far in this double elimination format. Along with Wes Clements and our ESPN crew, Roxy Bernstein with you. It is the regional final, and Cal Poly and Arizona, a couple of really good West Coast teams.
Well, they really are. You mentioned they hooked up earlier in this regional, and Arizona won this game, the first matchup, and they only got 2 hits, Roxy. It was amazing. Literally, and they scored 3 runs in the second inning, never got another hit the entire game, but ended up on top in Cal Poly. And of course, Cal Poly, big win earlier today against Utah Valley to get to this game.
And Zach Daudet, the hero, leading off the bottom of the 11th for the Cal Poly Mustangs, and a walk-off shot.
Well, he led off like you said, and there is a jet stream out to right center here at PK Park. And just like that, game over. And Zach told us post-game, biggest home run of his career.
Now he has to turn the page. After the elation of winning their game earlier today, Daudet and the Mustangs taking on the Arizona Wildcats. And speaking of long balls, last night in their win against Utah Valley, the Arizona Wildcats established a new program record. They hit 8 home runs in their victory.
Well, they did, and it started with Mason White. And somehow it got contagious, Roxy. They hit 8. Mason said, I'm going to hit 2 more. He hit 3. His teammates hit 5 more. They set an Arizona record for home runs in a game.
14-run outburst for the Wildcats, as they have beaten Cal Poly and Utah Valley to get to this regional final. This was the matchup on Friday. Arizona didn't have a hit after the second inning and hung on for a 3-2 win.
Just a tremendous win, but somebody was complaining to Chip Hale about his hitters and Toby DeMille, the hitting coach, because it worked.
They responded in a big way last night and trying to advance to a super regional. Arizona, Cal Poly. Lineups at first pitch next, the regional final for PK Park in the Northwest. Cal Poly now 43-18 after their victory in 11 over Utah Valley earlier today. And the lineup for Larry Lee and the Mustangs, as Cam Hoyland has homered twice already in this regional. And earlier in the game, Casey Murray Jr. hitting cleanup for Cal Poly, had his hitting streak snapped for the Cal Poly Mustangs at 17 games. They'll try to start another one against an impressive freshman on the mound for Arizona.
Well, you talk about impression. You are absolutely correct. In Smith Bailey.
Shift on toward the hole. Mason White slings it on to first, and one pitch takes care of Zach Daudet, the hero from game 1 earlier today for Cal Poly. And that's how our ball game begins.
Well, we talked about Larry Lee's club. They don't wait around. They will hunt first pitches. But back to Smith Bailey. He has been so impressive for the Wildcats this year.
Freshman on the big stage for Arizona in this regional final, and a called strike to Ryan Fenn, who's hitting .367. He had a good game 1 earlier today for Cal Poly. 0-2 the count on Fenn. 3 for 5, drove in a run in the win against UVU. Smith Bailey way outside. Smith Bailey, the freshman from Peoria, Arizona, out in the suburbs of Phoenix. Almost 1 strikeout per inning. And the 1-2, and just missed off the corner. Rick Allen will call the balls and strikes. A.J. Wendell, our umpire, at first. Alex Ziegler at second, and Seth Buckminster down the line at third. Fouled straight back.
Well, you can see the arm strength from Bailey. That's 95 plus right there to go along with the slider slash sweeper, and he'll mix in a changeup every once in a while.
2-2. And on the hands and a jam shot foul. Bailey last worked against TCU. He started the Big 12 championship game for Arizona. Went 5 1/3 with 5 strikeouts. Gave up a run on 4 hits. In fact, he's been really good in each of his last 2 starts. And 2 starts ago, final regular season outing was on the road at Houston. 6 innings of 3-hit baseball. Got the win, struck out 5, giving up just 1 run. Tipped into the glove of Adonis Guzman. And the strikeout for Smith Bailey.
It's just dead red up at the top of the zone, but I'm sure every head coach across the country, as we take a look at this fastball up in the zone for the punch out, would say you take a freshman coming in to be a starter the entire year and to have an ERA just a little bit above 4. Oh yeah, 95-mile-an-hour plus fastball.
Alejandro Garza, 353, 6 home runs, and a strike to the Cal Poly third baseman. Garza 1 for 3 with a run in the first game today for the Mustangs. 0-2. Temperatures in the upper 60s. The wind, as it has been consistently blowing out toward right center throughout the weekend, is still pushing in that direction. Bounding ball at first, knocked down. Tommy Splain stays with it, and a 1-2-3. First inning for Smith Bailey as the Mustangs go quietly against the freshman righty. The Cats coming to bat.
I feel that I have finally built something that I feel proud of. I feel that it was worth my money, and I know it's going to last for a long time.
Trex, America's most trusted outdoor decking.
You can still leave. You still have a choice.
Cool.
Ballerina, rated R.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me.
80% lean ground beef is just $4.88 a pound. Athena melons are only 99 cents a pound. Lay's kettle cooked chips or rolled gold pretzels are just $2.88. Tyson chicken is only $6.98.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Lineup for Chip Hale and the Arizona Wildcats, 41-18. First year in the Big 12 and the Big 12 tournament champs who swept through last weekend in Arlington, Texas. Mason White homered 3 times. He's got 7 in the last 6 games. As Mason White tied for second in the Big 12 in homers and tied for the RBI lead in the Big 12, and a deep lineup for Chip Hale in Arizona.
You talk about Mason White. He's had a circle around his name the entire year, Roxy. He was projected to be a first-round draft pick this year. Hasn't gone the way everybody expected, but he still had a great year as we take a look at Ethan Marmee, the starter for the Mustangs. And Ethan can rush it up there, Roxy, up to 97, 98 at time. He has some issues with command. You see 31 walks and 70 innings pitched. His last start was at the Big West Conference Championship tournament.
Held away by Brendan Summerhill.
And in that start, Roxy, he drilled 7 guys in just 4 innings. And he stayed in the game. And he tied an NCAA record, by the way.
Summerhill, 373, 4 homers. So you're saying that you wouldn't dig into the box and be all that comfortable.
Well, I look, the last time he pitched was against UC Irvine. And nobody for UC Irvine was digging in.
1-1, and Summerhill fouls it off the other way. Summerhill, honorable mention, all Big 12 this year.
Projected first-round pick.
Homered last night against Utah Valley, one of the 8 for Arizona. And he takes ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, facing the 6'7" sophomore righty, Ethan Marmee. Abbreviated motion for the righty, and he fires high. That was 96. And it's a full count on Summerhill. Marmee, the pitch, and that's outside, a leadoff walk, and a start for the Wildcats in the home first.
And there's no question this is going to be the biggest start in Marmee's career, collegiate career. And we talked about his command and his issues he had at the Big West tournament. All that said, there was traffic on the bases in every inning that he pitched. But he got out of it because of his ability to rush it up there. And he's got an occasional slider.
He went 5 2/3 through 95 pitches a week ago against the Anteaters. 2 runs allowed, both unearned, and a called strike to Aaron Walton. But Marmee, in addition to hitting 7 batters, yes, hitting 7 batters, he also walked 4. 1 strike pitch, and that ball is lifted out towards center and deep. Casey Murray Jr. back, gone. Arizona strikes first. Two batters in, 2-0 Wildcats, the 12th for Aaron Walton.
Well, this is a continuation of yesterday's game for the Cats. They hit 8 yesterday, and in the first inning today, Aaron Walton says, I'm going to tack on for the 9th in 2 days.
Walton homered last night, his 2nd of the regional. Cleared the wall out there in center, and here is Mason White, who hit 3 last night. And White trying to move the feet, and he got hit.
And if you're wondering, that's not intentional at all. We saw this last weekend at Fullerton.
And he just yanked the fastball toward the feet.
And again, we talked about it. He drilled 7 guys last weekend, and it's just a part of who he is. Has issues with command.
Adonis Guzman takes low. Guzman had a home run rob by Nate Bach of Utah Valley last night.
Nate Bach, and it was a SportsCenter top 10 play. I guess it was number 8.
1-0 pitch, and Guzman did hit one over the wall in right center last night. 2 for 9 in the regional. Had a 7-game hitting streak broken up by Cal Poly on Friday. Honorable mention, all Big 12 for the Arizona catcher. The transfer from Boston College. Bounding ball through the middle into center. Mason White chugging around second, on his way to third, and he dives in. Throw back to first, and Guzman dancing too far is out. Heads up defensively by Cal Poly.
It's a great play, and it starts. You get the base hit up the middle from Guzman, and Casey Murray Jr. throws a dart over to third. Garza recognizes that Walton's going to be safe And he catches Adonis Guzman sleeping on the backside for a big first out of this inning.
Maddox Mikalakis takes ball one. The Arizona third baseman hitting .276. 0 for 7 so far in the regional. Former #1 prospect in the state of Minnesota coming out of high school. That gets away from the catcher, Jack Collins, and a wild pitch, and scoring is Mason White. 3-0 Arizona.
It's just another yank fastball from Marmee, and it's got some tail on it. You can actually see the grip on Marmee's on the ball. See Mason White sliding in for the third Cats run.
2-0 on Mikalakis. That runs over the inside edge for a strike, and the unorthodox motion from Ethan Marmee as he separates the hands and almost shot puts it to the plate. Grounded back through the middle, and Mikalakis his first hit of this Eugene Regional. It's almost like Marmee's firing a dart.
It almost looks like his whole hand is around the ball rather than his 2 fingers that would be across 4 seams and or with 2 seams, but you can really see it.
Mikalakis at first. Garen Caulfield a homered last night for Arizona, digs in, and that's a strike. All 5 batters for the Wildcats have reached, yet Guzman was thrown out on the base paths.
Now, we're not pitchers or former pitchers, but it looks like he literally has got, rather than the conventional 2 fingers that you would have on your fastball, it looks like he's got his whole hand.
Like a grip it and rip it.
It's like all fingers, just throw it as hard as you can.
1-1 on Caulfield. 7 homers on the year, .255. And a half-hearted move to first with the pitch clock winding down. Didn't even throw. Did step off. Caulfield was just 2 for 20 going into last night. Had 2 hits. Left side, and it trickles deep in the hole at short where it's backhanded. No play for Nate Castellón. And that'll go as an infield hit for Caulfield, and Arizona right back at it with 2 outs, or rather with 1 out and 2 on to bring up the DH Andrew Kane. Mound visit for the catcher Jack Collins.
Already at 19 pitches, just 1 out in the first inning, and Larry Lee's club coming off an extra inning game where he used just about everybody that he could use.
Kane .242, 6 home runs for the Arizona DH. 0 for 5 in the regional, but has scored 3 runs. He has walked 3 times. And he moves the feet, and another wild pitch. That's the second for Ethan Marmee. And that'll draw a trip to the mound. Seth Moyer, the pitching coach for Cal Poly, emerging from the dugout. You've seen the wildness that Ethan Marmee has to his game and how it can be an extremely uncomfortable at bat, because Marmee, it appears,
he's not trying
to. Ball's going.
He really doesn't. And again, this trip out here is just calm down, get everybody to breathe. Cal Poly off a big win just about an hour and a half ago, and here comes the Arizona Wildcats, and they're already chasing 3 runs. Are the Mustangs, and there's 1 out in second and third. I mean, you have to get this tall sophomore just to breathe and say, hey, they're going to hit it, they're going to hit it. Well, it's not giving any free passes. You can do this. It's just a part of his game. It's exactly, I mean, it's a carbon copy of his previous start in the Big West Conference Championship final. Conference tournament, I should say.
Second and third, one out. After the mound visit. Grounded, comebacker. Marmie doesn't even look at the plate. He gets the out at first, and then he's pounding his chest knowing he made a mistake.
And again, this is nerves. There's nothing more than nerves from Marmie. And again, you feel for him because it is nerves. And you know when you get a comebacker at second and third, just had a trip from his coaches, but this is all about nerves, and it comes into play. And to your point, Roxy, he recognized my bad, should have thrown it to the dish or checked the runner at third, but bottom line is he got an out.
Tommy Splain, 8-hitter for Arizona, takes ball one. Splain had a career-high tying 4 hits last night. 285, grounds it weakly up the third base line, and it will stay fair as it hits the bag. A dribbler for an infield hit and a run, and it's 5-0 Arizona.
Yeah, I watched batting practice on Thursday. I watched 4 teams bunt the ball. And on this turf right here, Roxy, any bunt that started on the dark portion inside the line, not one of them went foul. Not one of them. And we'll get a look at this. This is literally what you would call a swinging bunt. And this ball does not move an inch towards the white line.
Easton Breyfogle, the 9th hitter of the first inning, and it's a strike. 248, 5 homers for Breyfogle, who's hit one this weekend. He homered against Cal Poly on Friday. Tommy Splain at first. 0-2 now in Breyfogle. Tremendous start for Arizona to this regional final. Cal Poly would need to win tonight to force a winner-take-all game 7 tomorrow night. This double elimination format. Army's 1-2, and that strike 3 call. Caught looking, side retired, a strikeout from Army, but the damage is done. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Cats. Through 1 in Eugene. Arizona up 5-0 on Cal Poly.
Softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
Savory, juicy, and hold up. It's got Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning? Nice. Crispy, zesty, ranchy perfection. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
For 25 years, Greg Young Automotive Group has been your trusted hometown dealer. And now we're giving back. To celebrate, we're giving you a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with every new or used vehicle purchase. With a massive inventory, top dollar for your trade-in, and a commitment to exceptional customer service, it's no wonder why people keep coming back.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
So the winner of this this regional goes on to the super regional. matches up with the Chapel Hill Regional, where North Carolina is the #5 national seed. Oklahoma beat North Carolina tonight, forcing a Game 7 in Chapel Hill tomorrow. If North Carolina wins, they would host the Super Regional. Should Oklahoma win, and let's say Arizona wins, both being 2 seeds, that will be determined who gets to host.
And it's not a coin flip either.
Larry Lee, head coach of Cal Poly, chasing 5 early in this game. Casey Murray Jr. leads it off against Smith Bailey. Foul back, Nate Castellone, Cam Hoyland to follow for the Mustangs. Casey Murray Jr. 310 with 9 homers for the senior, who had his hitting streak snapped in the game earlier against Utah Valley, as Murray had hit in 17 straight until the 0-for against Utah Valley, as Murray went 0-for-3, did walk twice in the game. And he takes a strike. No, it's a bit high. 2-1 on Casey Murray Jr. Murray is homered in this regional, went 4-for-4 against Oregon yesterday. And he grounds it left side. Deep in the hole, Mason White skips it to first. The stretch by Tommy Splain. Boy, Mason White got rid of that quickly, deep at short.
You're exactly right, and that's why there is an out. And this is recognition of who's at the plate from a defensive player. All these defensive infielders, they have a computer in their mind and know who's at the dish. And to your point, Roxy, Mace Kessinger's ball and immediately gets rid of it and gets some back-end help from Tommy Splain at first base.
Strike 1 to Nate Castellone. And the other thing about recognition there, knowing the surface.
Yes.
And Mason White could skip it, and it was a smooth bounce for Splain. 351, 3 homers for the freshman Castellone.
One thing,
strike 2.
Excuse me, Rock, but one thing about this Cal Poly team we've seen throughout the regional, deficits mean nothing to them. They have come back in every game they played, except the first game they played against the University of Arizona, where they lost 3-2.
Number, tough play. The pitcher safe as Smith Bailey just a little late, and an infield hit, the first base runner for the Mustangs.
But we'll get a look at Bailey coming off the mound, and good throw, just not soon enough.
1 out, a runner at first. Cam Hoyland, the DH for Cal Poly, 342 this year. And Hoyland has homered twice in this regional. He went 3-for-5 against Utah Valley earlier. Comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Mighty cut by Hoyland. Smith Bailey, the freshman, getting the start here for Chip Hale and Arizona. Just misses off the outside. Shift on in the infield. 3 cats on the right side of second base as a throw over to first by Bailey. Arizona getting 5 runs in the bottom of the first. A root greeting for Ethan Marmee. Two and 2. Sunday night baseball from PK Park in Eugene. Decent crowd, all things considered. As Hoyland fouls it away, with the home team Oregon being eliminated yesterday, they went 2 and out.
And how long did it take to sell out this entire regional?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes. They sold out every day.
All the tickets are spoken for. They brought in extra bleachers for the outfield. But unfortunately for Oregon, it was a short stint in this region. Foul back.
And I suggested, just announce that if you want to come to the baseball game, just come to the yard and walk in. And once we fill up the seats, that's enough. You're too late.
What if you?
What's wrong with
got a
that?
ticket? What if you bought your tickets?
Why would you have to buy it? It's already been bought out. It's sold out.
They're sold. Tickets are sold. Fouled off by Hoyland.
That's my point.
But you can't necessarily just give away somebody's seat.
Well, why wouldn't you? They're not showing
because
up.
it's their seat. They have the ticket.
Okay, well, they're late. How's that? You got until the second inning to show up. Otherwise, your seat's gone. That's it.
2-2 on Hoyland. One out. And a move to first, and back is Castellón.
It's Sunday night. It's beautiful here in Eugene. You can come to the baseball game for free.
Strikeout of Cam Hoyland, who went down to a knee on the follow-through with an aggressive cut. Second strikeout for Smith Bailey. And there's 2 outs with Castellón at first. That'll bring up the right fielder, Dylan Kordick, for Cal Poly.
It's a long arm slider, and what I mean by that is that Bailey extends his arm pretty deep behind him. So it almost looks like a slingshot coming out of his arm.
Dylan Kordick takes ball 1, 261, 7 homers for Kordick. With the shift onto the infield, Mason White stationed, the shortstop, basically right behind second base. And Garen Caulfield for Arizona, the second baseman's out in shallow right field. Tommy Splain holding the runner as Bailey gets a strike. There's the alignment, which, of course, in Major League Baseball is illegal now. For 2 reasons that shift is illegal. In the air, shallow left center. Charging in is Aaron Walton, and he reaches out and makes the catch. You have the shortstop on the right side of second base. Second baseman in the outfield grass. Big leagues, that's a no-no. You could do it here. 5-0 Cats. So far, 4 of the 16 super regional spots are taken. The ACC getting a couple of teams through, Florida State and Duke. Big 12 brethren of Arizona, West Virginia, who Arizona clobbered the Big 12 tournament. They're through to the supers, along with number 13 national seed, Coastal Carolina. Arizona wants to join the list. And there is another. We can add one more. Shocker. This is a stunner. Not only is the number 1 national seed out, Vanderbilt, they've got company. Way inside to Brendan Summerhill, who walked to lead off the game for Arizona. The Texas Longhorns eliminated. Out. UTSA. University of Texas at San Antonio. takes care of the Longhorns in Austin.
In their own yard, and of course Texas was #1 for how many weeks this year? 5, 6 weeks.
7-4. UTSA beats Texas. Line and a sharp liner to center and going into a slide. No, a trap. Casey Murray Jr. did not make the catch, according to second base umpire Alex Ziegler going out. Larry Lee says he wants to challenge it from the Cal Poly dugout.
Well, Casey Murray Jr. was adamant that he caught it. You could see him, and it looks like he did it, Rox. Snow coned it. I caught it. You can read the lips.
The ruling on the field was a single for Summerhill. On the first replay, it looked to me like he did catch it.
Challenge the catch, no catch, and center field reserving a no catch and a runner on first.
But then the second replay, it looked like it may have skipped right before it got into his glove. And again, there has to be 100% conclusive evidence to change the call. And the ruling on the field was a hit for Summerhill to lead off the bottom of the second.
Here we go.
Here's another look.
And again, it's a great shot there. Can we keep rolling? Okay, well, here's the thing that when you look at, there's no white at the bottom of the glove of Murray Jr. Can you see? You see what I mean? Look for the baseball at the bottom part of Murray Jr.'s glove.
I think it bounced. I think I see it hitting the field.
Again, I don't see it. But the key here,
ever so slightly before it's secured by Casey Murray Jr.
Here's what I would say. I think it needs to be obvious to overturn it, and the call on the field was a hit.
And the call, once it goes to review, goes to the replay operations center, and they determine the outcome.
Tremendous effort by Murray Jr.
After video review, the call is confirmed as no catch. Cal Poly needs a challenge. They have one challenge remaining.
And Murray Jr. is out there in center field kind of stunned, like, are you sure?
It is a single for Summerhill. The call is confirmed. Hit number 6 for Arizona. And here comes Aaron Walton, who homered his first time, and that's going to be it, as Ethan Marmy's night is done after 1+. And in a game like today,
where there is no tomorrow, yeah.
Larry Lee coming to get the ball from his 6'7" sophomore righty. Cal Poly going to the bullpen here in the second. 5-0 Arizona.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
For 25 years, Greg Young Automotive Group has been your trusted hometown dealer. And now we're giving back. To celebrate, we're giving you a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with every new or used vehicle purchase. With a massive inventory, top dollar for your trade-in, and a commitment to exceptional customer service, it's no wonder why people keep coming back.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
Well, the rough go of it for Ethan Marmee. His command let him down a bit in this start. 1+ for Marmee. 5 runs, 6 hits responsible for the runner aboard right now. He also threw 2 wild pitches and hit a batter.
Well, you feel for the young man, just a sophomore, and he hands the ball off to Josh Morano, who comes in with already a runner on first and no outs, and his team already chasing 5 runs.
And a former Arizona Wildcat, Josh Morano. Really good numbers for the lefty for Cal Poly this season. Second appearance of the regional. Summerhill at first, Aaron Walton the batter. And the breaking ball floats in there for Morano, strike 1. He threw an inning against Oregon yesterday in the 10-8 Cal Poly win. And it's in there 0-2, the count on Walton now. Morano, Northern California product from Livermore. Out in the East Bay. And a rifle down to first, and just getting back is Brendan Summerhill.
Jack Collins has got some of the best footwork that I've seen in a college catcher in quite a long time. And they're going to take a look.
Halfway to the first base bag, Chip Hale, the athletic trainer for the Wildcats, turn around and go back.
Jack Collins will try to pick somebody off at first.
It's close.
In a heartbeat.
Morano. Here comes the 1-2. Summerhill runs and skip down to second base, and Summerhill is safe as the throw gets away from Ryan Fenn, covering the second baseman for Cal Poly. And Brendan Summerhill with the stolen base, his 11th of the year.
Well, Summerhill left on first move, but when's the best time to try to steal a base? When the opponent thinks that something's wrong with the runner at first legs. Just go. It's the last time they think somebody's going to run.
6'4" lefty, Josh Morano. Pitch. Walton hooks it foul. Morano appeared in 5 games for Arizona last year. Made 2 starts as a true freshman at a 6.35 ERA. Pitched just 5 2/3 for the Wildcats a year ago. Started a conference game in the Pac-12 last year as a deep drive to left toward the line. If it's fair, a big drive from Aaron Walton. Gone his second homer at 7-0 Wildcats. '11th home run of the regional for Arizona.
Well, it's a hanging breaking pitch from Morano, and it's actually away, and Walton's saying, please be fair. It is. 7-0 Cats.
Here is Mason White. As Mason White, teammates with Morano last year when Arizona won the Pac-12 championship and the tournament championship. As Arizona had an equipment issue with the catcher Collins. Arizona winning their conference tournament championship in each of the last 2 years. They won the Pac-12 last year on a walk-off hit by Tommy Splain down in Scottsdale, and then shifting to the Big 12 this year and winning the tournament championship last Saturday in Arlington, Texas, at Globe Life Field.
And 3 years ago, they reached the final in the Pac-12 Conference Tournament Championship and lost to the Oregon Ducks.
Mason White was the tournament MVP both last year and this season in the Arizona championships. 3-0 on White.
Well, Mason White went off in the Big 12 tournament. Just went off.
7 for 11, 3 homers, and drove in 7. and draws a walk. He's aboard for the second time. And that'll bring up Adonis Guzman for Arizona, who singled in the first, but then was thrown out, dancing too far off first base.
Yeah, great play by Garza, the third baseman of the Mustangs.
And when researching, when was the last time somebody won or a team won conference tournament championships 2 straight years in 2 different leagues? And TCU's a team that did it, who Arizona beat,
ironically,
in the Big 12 tournament final last Saturday night, but not involving the Big 12. 2005, TCU won the Conference USA tournament championship, then moved to the Mountain West, won the Mountain West tournament championship in 2006. 2-0 to Guzman, and that's inside ball 3. Josh Morano out of the bullpen, and there is a strike to Guzman. It's 3-1. On in relief here in the second inning. Now a full count after 7 straight balls, 2 straight strikes issued from Morano.
Good pitch from Morano right there.
Cleanup batter for Arizona, Guzman. The pitch. Grounded to short, could be 2. Castellón flips. The turn on to first, Ryan Fenn, 2 for Cal Poly. Just what Josh Morano and the Mustangs needed right there.
Exactly, and it was started by this very, very impressive freshman for the Mustangs, Nate Castellón. Had a tremendous year over to Fenn, Daudet. Couple quick outs.
2 gone. Here is Maddox Mikalakis, singled and scored in the first inning. 7-0 Cats in the second. Morano, and that one runs inside. Comes the 1-0. That's in there to Mikalakis for a strike. 1-1. Big lead early for the Wildcats. The pitch. Breaking ball, clubbed to right. Hit a ton, way back, gone on top of the roof. Nothing Arizona. 3rd home run for the Wildcats tonight, 12th of the tournament.
Well, you see he hit it 401 footer home run. It's a hanging breaking pitch. He knew it was out. The wind is howling out to right center now.
Here is Garen Caulfield for the Wildcats. And the breaking ball runs inside. One and one on Caulfield. Arizona hit 8 homers, a program record last night. They've already got 3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the second tonight. 2-1. And this is a hitter-friendly ballpark most of the time, but even extra hitter-friendly this weekend with the wind blowing and the warmer temperatures in Oregon.
And it's not taking anything away from somebody that's hit a home run in this regional, but to your point, Roxy, since we got here on Thursday for the workouts, team workouts, the wind's been howling out. Any ball that's hit medium hard is leaving the yard. Doesn't have to. You don't have to hit it a ton. I mean, we've seen balls that were not hit right on the button leave the yard here.
Fouled off the mask of the catcher, Jack Collins. He's got that old school mask. You see most catchers these days, a lot of them going with that hockey style goalie mask.
He's an old school catcher mentality as well. I mean, he does a great job, and you see him right there. He's just telling Morano to step off the mound.
Lined over third. Another hit for the Wildcats. All the way to the corner. Garen Caulfield is 2 for 2. Boy, Arizona hitters are just so locked in right now.
They really are, and it's just carried on from yesterday and last night. And you see the shock, just stunned from Morano, the look. And he's been hurt by his off-speed pitch. It's not his fastball, it's been his off-speed pitches.
Andrew Kane, a ground out and an RBI his first time, and he looks at a strike from Morano. One strike pitch. Kane in the air, left center field. Ballpark will hold this one as Casey Murray Jr. is there. Side retired. Arizona gets 3 more, and after 2, they lead the Cal Poly Mustangs 8-0. More long balls for the Wildcats.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
This Friday, the greatest action franchise reloads. Rated R.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me.
80% lean ground beef is just $4.88 a pound. Athena melons are only 99 cents a pound. Lay's kettle cooked chips or rolled gold pretzels are just $2.88. Tyson chicken is only $6.98.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
The UFL Conference Championships.
It's time to start playing the best football this season.
4 teams remain in the hunt.
We didn't come this far just to come this far.
The UFL Conference Championships, Sunday on ABC and Fox.
ESPN is the home for NCAA college baseball regionals. 4 around the clock, multi-game coverage. Scan the QR code. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play.
QR code and barcode, same thing?
No.
I thought it was.
Negative. Ball 1 to Jack Collins. Leads Cal Poly in homers and RBIs on the year. A huge hole to dig out of for Cal Poly. Strike from Smith Bailey. It's 1-1 on Collins. 8-9-1 for the Mustangs in the 3rd.
You realize that was a question. I knew the answer. Rhetoric. You knew that.
Well, no, because if you asked the question, then why'd you ask it if you knew the answer?
Because I want to see what you would say. That's very simple.
No. 1-2 the count on Collins. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cal Poly 43 wins, Arizona 41 wins this year. The Mustangs in a regional final for the first time since 2014. Coincidentally, as Collins strikes out, the third for Bailey. 2014 was the last time that Cal Poly was in the postseason.
Well, Larry Lee, this is 23rd season at Cal Poly. And you mentioned that 2014 season. There was a time in 2014 season that Larry Lee's club was ranked #1 in the country. He's one of the best that's ever done it at the collegiate level.
Called strike. Dante Bikini's had a good regional for Cal Poly. Freshman 1 for 5. RBI double earlier in the ball game against Utah Valley in the first one today. 317 overall, Bikini.
And this, we're kind of seeing, again, we're just in the 3rd inning, and it's a baseball game. Anything can happen, and especially in this yard, and especially with an offense that.
Trying to beat the shift, backhanded off balance, long throw, the dig by Splain. Caulfield from shallow right, angling up the middle towards center, and had to get a lot on that throw to take care of Bikini.
Well, again, we talked about for an infielder is know the speed of the hitter, and Caulfield knew that, got rid of it as quick as he can, and get some backside help again from Tommy Splain over at first base, who has done a tremendous job at first base this year for the Cats.
Splain luckily didn't get his hand spiked there. He had to put it down to brace himself. Top of the order, Zach Daudet takes a strike. As Daudet, the walk-off homer against Utah Valley, and it's quickly 0-2 against the Mustangs' first baseman. One and two the count on Daudet.
But what I started to say is that Larry Lee has a tremendous offense. We've watched them come back.
Top 10 in the country in hitting.
And so the Mustangs are not going to shut it down here just because they're chasing 8 runs in the 3rd inning.
Ground ball left side, cut off. Maddox Mikalakis on to first. Smith Bailey a 1-2-3 third. On to the home half of the 3rd. The Wildcats up 8-0. 8-9-1 coming to bat.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
For 25 years, Greg Young Automotive Group has been your trusted hometown dealer. And now we're giving back. To celebrate, we're giving you a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with every new or used vehicle purchase. With a massive inventory, top dollar for your trade-in, and a commitment to exceptional customer service, it's no wonder why people keep coming back.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Yeah, we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
The last game that the Wildcats will play together. Yeah, you know, I thought about that last night after we just finished the game, and we were all caught up in the excitement, and I was talking to a sports writer, and I said that, you know, it's the happiest time of my life, but it might be the saddest too, because, you know, knowing that we have a lot of seniors and it's going to be the last game that we've played. And, you know, I love everybody on this team.
You got to be kidding me. Where did they find that?
I'm shocked that footage actually exists.
Yeah.
And you're actually putting sentences together.
Hold on a second. Let's just slow down a second.
Bottom of the third, Tommy Splain takes a strike.
It's not that long ago, okay? You're shocked that I have hair. That's the problem. And you're a little bit jealous of that flow I had going.
You're right. I'm jealous.
Okay. All right, let's move on. I regress, okay? The sentence thing I can get. I put together a sentence, I get it. I mean, I know you're a little bit shocked that I was able to do that. I understand that.
The 0-2 to Splain is ball one. RBI infield hit for Splain in the first.
Anything else shock you there?
No. No, not at all. 1-2. Splain down swinging. First strikeout for Josh Morano, one away. You were part of the 1980 Arizona National Championship team. Arizona's won 4 national titles, including the team you were on, 1976, and 1986, the team that Chip Hale was on for Arizona, as you both played for the legendary Jerry Kindle. And then Andy Lopez won a national championship, brought the 4th to Tucson back in 2012. Chip Hale trying to join an illustrious list if he can, that his mentor, Jerry Kindle, is on, the late Mike Gillespie, to win a national championship as a player and as a head coach.
And of course, Chipper, I believe, still has he's the career leader in hits for the Arizona Wildcats history.
1-1 on Breyfogle. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Breyfogle in the first.
I didn't realize until I saw that I had such a big separation in my teeth in the middle. I had no clue. Me and Michael Strahan, we just rolled together.
I'm just going to leave that one alone, Wes.
Okay.
2-2 the count on Breyfogle.
Why?
But I was going to talk about your mentor, which I know you have a lot of affinity for, and you love the late Jerry Kindle, who won a national championship playing at Minnesota collegiately. Then the longtime head coach of Arizona baseball, won 3 titles in the desert. And a huge influence on you, on Chip, on so many Arizona players and a Tucson community through the years.
Well, I think when we lost him, I remember Terry Francona, his comment was, some guys talk, but he said, Coach Kindle, and we call it JK is how we affectionately called him, he walked his talk. And
swing and a miss down to a knee. Easton Breyfogle strikes out for a second time. 2 gone, back to the top of the Arizona order, and Brendan Summerhill.
But Jerry Kindle was a coach that wanted to stress fundamentals. And when we got there, we had a bunch of junior college transfers, and then we had Terry was his 3rd year there, and Dwight Taylor was a freshman, came in, but the nucleus of that team transferred in from as junior college transfers. But
popped up a bunt.
He wanted to stress fundamentals, and we worked hours after hours on fundamentals. And of course, we just want to take batting practice. We just want to, I mean, hurry up. Can we get this done so we can hit?
I just want to hit.
We just want to hit. We just want to hit. And at the time, you don't recognize why he wanted to do it until you get into pro ball, until you get into coaching, and until you get into managing, and you look back and you go, huh, I guess that's why he wanted to do that. He is one of the brilliant baseball coaches in the history of college baseball, and one of the brilliant minds. He scared you every once in a while. I mean, he scared me. I went there as an outfielder in the fall ball game, and I remember I caught a ball on fly ball my junior year, and fall ball now, keep in mind, it's not a real game, it's fall ball. And I caught it with one hand.
In the air, shallow left. Dante Bikini coming in, the shortstop going out, and Nate Castellon. Shortstop makes the grab. A 1-2-3, bottom of the third for Josh Morano. Chip Hale coming up. His offense in gear. 8-0 Arizona to the fourth.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities. And Bank of America is the best bank for small and medium-sized businesses. With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner and in your corner. Because when businesses prosper, communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Arizona 5 in the first, 3 in the second, leading Cal Poly in this regional final 8-0. At PK Park in Eugene with Wes Clements and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein joined by the head coach of the Arizona Wildcats, Chip Hale. And I know you guys, Chip, before this, you guys took the field tonight. We're watching the first game today between Cal Poly and UVU. I got to imagine you're sitting over there going, hey, you guys, just keep going. Just keep playing.
Actually, I wanted to play it on time. You know, you get here, you do all your work, and then you just sit around. So, obviously, both teams played great. They battled their tails off, and, you know, Cal Poly was able to get the victory. But, yeah, I'd much rather have been in 9 innings and let's start the game at 7:06 and let our guys do normal. We were really rushed getting out here, but I think our guys handled it well and came out swinging.
Well, Smith Bailey, Chip, as a freshman, he's been very, very impressive throughout the entire year. And who knew he was going to end up pitching the biggest game of the season? But talk about him and how it he came to Arizona.
Yeah, no, he was one of our big recruits when we first got here. And he's been nothing but fantastic. A Phoenix kid, Arizona kid, and you know, he's come here with great maturity. You know, throws all his pitches for strikes, gets ahead, and a good athlete. And you know, as a freshman, it's not easy. And at this point now, he's about a sophomore.
All 3-2 Ryan Fenn leading off the fourth. For your team, Chip, you got just enough offense in game 1 against Cal Poly on Friday.
Right.
But then last night you guys are locked in. You seem like it tonight. What have you seen the last couple of days with your approach?
Yeah, just sticking to the approach that we give him. I thought, you know, on Friday that he just pitched great against us, and you know, he's throwing that eephus in there, and it was tough for our guys to go. And it's a good college baseball game, and from then on, I think our guys have listened to what Toby DeMello, our hitting coach, has given them, and looked at the video and been ready for the fastball. I think I saw something out with Pete Rose today. It was funny. It was my wife showed me way back in the 70s, and he was explaining to kids. He goes, "I time myself for the fastball." He goes, "If you can't hit the hardest pitch they throw, then you have no chance." So it goes all the way back to then. Just be ready for the fastball and make an adjustment on the off speed.
Well, Chip, what has it been like to have the opportunity to come back and be the skipper for the program that you played for?
It's great. It's an honor. As you know, Wes, you played for Coach Kendall, Coach Wing, and Coach Stitt. I know we talk about Jerry a lot, but Jerry Stitt and Jim Wing were huge people in our lives and shaped who we are as coaches and who we were as players. And I would have never made it to the major leagues without all of them. Including my high school coach, Don Miller at Camp Lindo High School. Those people were the people who made me who I was. And Jerry, Jim, and Jerry were unbelievable to us and taught us how to be men.
Chip, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Chip Hale, the Arizona coach. As Chip Hale has had Arizona in the postseason each of his 4 years being back at his alma mater. And long-time Major League coach and manager, managed the Diamondbacks, won a World Series on Dave Martinez's staff in Washington with the Nationals. Long time by the side also of Bob Melvin in Oakland. As Casey Murray Jr. takes inside 2-1. A couple of flyouts to right, 2 outs in the 4th. And was on the Detroit Tigers staff at the time when the Arizona job opened. Jay Johnson left Tucson to take the LSU job. And Chip Hale, there was only one college job Chip was going to take, and that's his alma mater. He lives in Tucson. He was living in Tucson in the offseason. And when he had the opportunity to go back and take the job at U of A, it was a no-brainer for him. Over the mound, sliding stop, and unable to come up and throw is Mason White, an infield hit, and Casey Murray Jr. is on with 2 outs for Cal Poly, their 2nd hit.
Well, you think about the job he's done since he's taken over the reins. He's been in a regional every year. We talked about the conference tournament championships back-to-back, and then reached the final in the previous year. Hosted a regional last year.
2 outs, a runner at first. Here is Nate Castellón. Singled in the 2nd for the Mustangs. Ground ball to 3rd, backing up on it. Maddox Mikalakis, strong throw to 1st, and the Mustangs are gone in the 4th. 1 hit, 1 left. Larry Lee, the head coach of the Mustangs, coming up.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Today, she starts with a drive, but the real work came before. Inspired by a coach who recognized her potential. Morgan Stanley proudly supports First Team, driving progress for the next generation.
You're watching the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Beautiful PK Park, Eugene, Oregon on this Sunday night as we go to the bottom half of the 4th and an 8-0 lead for Arizona in this regional final. Larry Lee, the head coach of the Mustangs, joins us, and an emotional win earlier today. What do you need to do to kind of turn the page to get refocused for a game like this?
We're just playing a high-end team in Arizona, and we're not built for, you know, 4th and 5th games of a regional weekend. So, you know, give credit to them. You know, pitching-wise, we're just really thin. So we're just trying to shorten the game, trying to get outs, and we weren't able to do it. We weren't able to do it last weekend either. We were just swinging the bat a little bit better.
Well, Larry, I want to ask you about your catcher, Jack Collins, because for me, he just looks like a second skipper on the field. His feet are tremendously quick, and he had a big-time catch and throw out a runner in the first game. I mean, is that what he is just a second skipper out there?
Yeah, he's an athlete back there. Uses momentum to, you know, throw the ball down to second base very quick. Earlier in the year, like he won us a lot of baseball games. So yeah, Jack's been really good for us.
Larry, thanks for the time. Appreciate
Thanks, guys. You got it.
Larry Lee, the head coach of the Mustangs, have some catching up to do here. As 2, 3, and 4 for Arizona in the last of the 4th. Aaron Walton's homered twice already. Mason White, Adonis Guzman to follow against Josh Morano. And Walton ground ball, trying to beat the shift the other way, and a race to the bag, and it's won by Walton. Infield hit with the first baseman, Zach Daudet, playing way off the bag, and the shift put on by Cal Poly.
Well, you mentioned Daudet is playing way off the bag in the 3-4 hole, and Walton ordinarily, or I should say, you never want to go head first in the. But Walton says, "Shut up, Wes. I need a hit."
And he just did get to the bag ahead of Daudet. Walton at first. Mason White has been hit by a pitch, and he's walked, and he takes a strike.
And you see the two bags there at first base, and that came in this year. And the rules are, if you get a base hit to the outfield, you can round the base and you can touch the
runner. Goes throw down a second, and Collins guns him down. Jack Collins, a one-hopper right at the bag, and they catch Walton trying to steal.
Well, we just heard his skipper talk about him, and Jack Collins' feet are so quick, and his feet are what put him in position along with his arm strength. Now, this is a short hop, and he gets some help on the back end by Castagnon, but it's his feet that allow him.
Mason White, left center, racing after it, and the catch made. Casey Murray Jr. into the alleyway.
But I was going to tell you that story about J.K. I'll actually tell it next inning because it scared me to death.
Is that the Hall of Fame story?
Oh, no. Oh, I forgot.
That's my favorite Wes Clemens.
So you want that one, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
2 outs. Here is Adonis Guzman, 1 for 2. Josh Morano, and it's strike 1. Cal Poly, the Big West Tournament champions, but in a significant hole. It was the first time they had a conference tournament in that league since the league was known as the PCAA. And they had the tournament in 1985.
Is that the Pacific Coast Athletic Association?
Correct.
You know,
which became the Big West.
If you could only see Roxy's shock on his face.
They had it one year in 1985, and Fresno State was in the league. They won it that year. At Biden Field, Fresno hosted it. This one slicing out a play from Guzman. Then they brought it back for a 4-year stretch in the mid to late 90s. Cal State Fullerton won the championship at Blair Field. 96, UNLV was in the league. They won it in Fullerton. Fullerton won it in 97, Long Beach in 98. Then it went on hiatus, it came back, and this year it was Cal Poly that won it at Goodwin Field in Fullerton. Next year they'll have it in Irvine and Anteater Park. And then in 27, Blair Field and Long Beach will be the host of the Big West Baseball Tournament. 2-2 to Guzman. Hit in the air, backing up and right with room. Dylan Kordick settles under it. And 3 gone here in the bottom of the 4th as the Cats kept off the board, but lead it 8-0 as we go to the 5th. These are the tickets punched so far. And keep in mind, the top 2 national seeds already have been knocked out. Vanderbilt and Texas. Arkansas and Auburn joining, along with UTSA, who knocked out the Longhorns in Austin. Arizona wants to join that list. Cal Poly wants to mount a monumental comeback here, try to force a Game 7 tomorrow night. 6, 7, and 8 for the Mustangs in the 5th against Smith Bailey. Cam Hoyland, Dylan Kordick, Jack Collins. And a called strike to Cam Hoyland, who struck out in the 2nd.
And you heard the honesty from Larry Lee. He just flat out said, and when you're going to the losers bracket, they just don't have the pitching to go this deep against a talented team like Arizona.
And that's the advantage of staying in the winners bracket.
Oh, yeah. And
the other way from Hoyland toward left center. Easton Breifogel into the alleyway.
And somebody we both know, and you obviously know him much better than I do, but David Esker's Stanford club has gone through and done this magically and been able to prove that the numbers wrong, but it very rarely happens.
You have to have that depth to your pitching to be able to overcome it. This is the 3rd game for Arizona. Cal Poly played extra innings already today to beat Utah Valley. This is their 4th game of the weekend. Hit sharply past the lunging first baseman Tommy Splain. Hits the sidewall, picked up in the corner by Summerhill, and sliding into second, and a 1-out double for Dylan Kordick and Cal Poly with their first runner into scoring position here tonight against Arizona.
Well, Kordick hits his linea inside the first base line, just on the outstretched Spillane, and ends up on second base, runner scoring position for Cal Poly.
Jack Collins, the catcher, struck out of the 3rd. He'll be the batter now for the Mustangs. Arizona in the tournament for the 44th time in program history. It ties for the 6th most. 5th straight year Arizona is in. Jack Collins waves at it.
Excuse me, Rod, but 31st time they've reached a regional final.
Each of Chip Kelly's first 4 years they have, or Chip Hale's first 4 years they have done it. And it's the longest streak by a coach joining a program in Arizona history to do it since Frank Sanset did it 14 consecutive years, 1950 through 63.
And of course, Frank Sanset Field used to be right across from McHale. And no longer the case. Football team said we need it. And then the move over to High Corbett Field.
Lifted, hooking off the bat of Collins, out of play. And just out of play is lunging over that short side wall down there was Easton Breifogel.
But I'll tell you real quick about that Jerry Kendall. When I went to Arizona as a junior, I was playing the outfield. Fall ball, I one-handed the ball, caught it, and the game was stopped. And here comes Coach Kendall running out to me pretty fast. And everybody's looking around, comes right to me. And said, Wes, if you ever try to one-hand a fly ball again, and he pointed, he said, see that over there? And I said, what, the dugout? He said, no, first base. He said, that's where you're going to end up. Where do you think I ended up?
First base. The 2-2, and Collins out toward left center on the move and making a running catch, Aaron Walton.
Well, Aaron Walton can fly, and This is his first year, and Trip Couch is a recruiting coordinator for the Wildcats, one of the best. And before Trip Couch came to Arizona, he was at South Carolina and did the same job for South Carolina. He's known as one of the best recruiters in the country, and he found Aaron Walton.
2 outs. Dylan Kordick at second. The 9-hitter, Dante Vicchini. He's had a really good regional for the Mustangs. And he takes a strike from Smith Bailey. Arizona trying to get to a super regional for the first time since 2021, which was Jay Johnson's final season in Tucson before going to LSU. And then Chip entered in 2022, and 4th consecutive year they've made it to a regional but have not made it out of a regional yet. One and 2 on Vicchini. Arizona with 5 runs in the first, 3 in the second, and an 8-0 lead. Way upstairs.
And if anybody's not going to take an 8-0 lead for granted, it's going to be Chip Hale. He's been in this game a long time.
2 balls, 2 strikes in Vicchini. This will be the 70th pitch for Smith Bailey. And it's strike 3 called. Catches Vicchini looking. And for Bailey, it's his 4th strikeout. 1 hit, 1 left. Arizona in control.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Yeah, we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
The UFL Conference Championships.
We didn't come this far just to come this far. It's time to start playing the best football this season.
4 teams remain in the hunt. Panthers, Stallions.
A spring football juggernaut.
Defenders, Battlehawks.
They have made a statement.
A spot in the UFL Championship on the line.
The UFL Conference Championships, presented by New Era. Sunday on ABC and Fox.
Welcome, everyone, to Omaha, Nebraska, home of the College World Series.
'Cause here I come, I wear it all on my sleeve, so everything you see shows you where I'm from.
Bolts back and makes the catch! Somehow hung on! Back-to-back jacks!
More, can you believe it?
College World Series in Omaha starts June 13th.
Nothing like it.
Omaha, somewhere in middle America. Bottom of the 5th, the Wildcats will have Mikolakis, Caulfield, and Kane. 5, 6, and 7 due against the former Wildcat, Josh Morano. He delivers a strike to Maddox Mikolakis, who homered in the 2nd inning. He's 2 for 2 tonight. One strike pitch, and it's 0-2. And I alluded to the story of your Hall of Fame with Jerry Kindle, which is my favorite Wes Clements Jerry Kindle story. Hey, what year did you go into the Arizona Hall of Fame?
I have no idea.
Come on, you know.
No, I honestly, I really don't, and I'm not really prepared to tell that story right now.
So I'm going to tell it.
No, you're not going to tell it.
I'm telling it.
No, you're not going to.
Yes, I am.
You know what? If we had a vote.
Because I think it's hysterical.
Okay. So, see, now you're going to force me. You are brutal.
The 1-2.
You are brutal. I was actually.
You don't remember what year you went in?
Honestly, I promise you, I do not.
Give me a time frame.
It had to be from
80s?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that.
Okay. You were playing at the time.
Yes. And so.
Strikeout for Morano, one gone.
Not enough time. There's already one out.
Yes. So
all right.
You go back to Tucson for the Hall of Fame weekend. Well, you got a letter.
Yeah, I got a letter, and it said, "Congratulations, you've been elected to the Arizona Hall of Fame." And of course, you know me. I thought somebody was playing a joke on me, and it wasn't. I called back then. Well, actually, it was Morse code back then.
1986. You went in.
Okay, so. I showed up, and
this was on Friday. The induction was Saturday.
Okay, Francona was going in at the same time, and back then baseball offices were in McHale Arena.
McHale Center, but go on.
Okay, you had to correct me in the middle of that too. It's just it's impossible.
Tommy Lloyd is probably watching right now,
okay,
and
so
he wants you to get his arena right.
All right, Tommy, and yes, by the way, Tommy, I do drink a big 2-liter of Coke. All right, I do.
1-1 on Caulfield. In the air to left, playable for Dante Bikini. He settles under it, and there's 2 outs.
I'm not sure I'm going to get. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to try. So, in McHale used to be the baseball offices.
And this was Friday, the day before the induction.
Right. And so I happened to walk in. I wanted to say hi to Coach Kendall. And I walked in, he says, "Oh, Wes, good to see you. Are you here to support your teammate going into the Hall of Fame?"
Alluding to Terry Francona.
Terry Francona. And I said, yes. And I said, but I'm actually going to go in also.
Probably with those pauses as well, the nervousness.
And trust me, we all love Coach Kendall and JK, but
you brought your letter with you to prove
well, here's the thing. He said, "Are you sure, Wes?" Like that. And I got
scared.
Scared.
Demanded to see the letter.
Yeah, but I got scared at that point in time because I said, okay, somebody did this and it's a mistake.
So Jerry looks at the letter and says.
So I give him the letter and he said, well, and of course I'm shaking on the other side of his desk. and I give him the letter and he reads it and he goes, "Well, I guess you did, Wes." And I've never felt so bad as a person in my life. And trust me, we all love Coach Kendall dearly. But
good pitch from Morano.
It was, needless to say, I left the office thinking, was it, because he said it was like a mistake. Are you sure? And I'm like, "Coach, you're my coach."
Lined right off the top of the turf, fielded at third base, and Alejandro Garza throws him out at first, and a 1-2-3 inning for Josh Morano. To the 6th we go, top of the order for the Mustangs, 8-0 U of A.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
I can order contacts in 5 minutes and get them the next day.
Ma'am.
Wow!
Right now, you can save 20% on your first order, plus fast free shipping right to your door.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me.
80% lean ground beef is just $4.88 a pound. Athena melons are only 99 cents a pound. Lay's kettle cooked chips or rolled gold pretzels are just $2.88. Tyson chicken is only $6.98.
Welcome to Fairway. your fairy family.
The UFL Conference Championships.
It's time to start playing the best football this season.
4 teams remain in the hunt.
We didn't come this far just to come this far.
The UFL Conference Championships, Sunday on ABC and Fox.
NCAA Baseball Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. See if we have how many Game 7s around college baseball tomorrow, with
this has been a
Super
wild
Regional tickets getting punched this evening.
Wild postseason.
A lot of upsets. The top 2 seeds out. And Smith Bailey continues to deal for Arizona. Top of the order, Zach Dode. Ryan Fenn, Alejandro Garza for Cal Poly.
You're not joking about Smith Bailey dealing. I mean, just through 5 innings, just 70 pitches.
He has scattered 3 hits and only 1 runner to second base for Cal Poly. Dode, the walk-off homer earlier today against Utah Valley. As the Mustangs just trying to find base runners here. Just trying to claw their way back into the game. And this is one of the top offensive teams in the country. As Cal Poly as a club hitting .319. They just hit, and hit some more for Larry Lee. The 2-2. Full count. Leadoff batter Zach Dode. A couple of ground outs in this one. The pitch. Pops it up. Splain going back to the outfield. And Tommy Splain makes a basket catch.
Now that's something I would have never been allowed to do.
Catch it one-handed and basket style?
Yeah. Well, the whole dugout would have been up there waiting for it to hit me in the dome.
What are the odds that would have happened?
Pretty good. That's why they always got up when there was a pop-up.
Strike 1 to
you think
Ryan
I'm joking?
Fenn, who's 0 for 2. Second baseman for Cal Poly has had a terrific weekend and a great season for Fenn. One of the top hitters in the Big West. And the senior trying to get something going here. And he goes down swinging, and he's riding a 21-game hitting streak into this one. And now there's 2 down in the 6th, and Alejandro Garza coming up for Cal Poly.
Well, it's the location of this slider from Smith Bailey that is messing with the Poly hitters. It starts middle of the plate, and it's got a late break to the outside part, and they're identical. It's the same pitch over and over and over again. It starts middle. It looks like it's hittable.
One 1-0 on Garza. Ground out and a fly out. Most hits in the Big West this year for Alejandro Garza.
And Larry Lee's club led the Big West in hitting. They also led the Big West in fielding percentage. So they had the best defense and the best offense.
Finished just behind UC Irvine, who won the Big West. But Cal Poly won the Big West Tournament Championship.
Went on the road early, did Cal Poly, and at the time Texas A&M was ranked #1 in the country, Roxy, and they played a 3-game series. They got a win there.
They got off to a rough start to the season, and bouncing one through the right side. Garza aboard hit number 4 for Cal Poly, and a 2-out base runner to bring up Casey Murray Jr. This Cal Poly team was 1-5 to start the year, and then things and the fortunes changed. And the Mustangs have been on a tear ever since. Called strike. They went 23-7 in the Big West, winning the Big West tournament title. Terrific in midweeks. They started the Big West 12-0. 43 wins.
Well, they midway through the season, they were the darling RPI team in the country. And those who are not familiar with what RPI is, it's rating percentage index, and it's a metric that the selection committee uses quite frequently to determine who's going to get in the field or who's not.
Murray singled in the fourth. Casey Murray Jr. 1 for 2. Garza at first. That's ball 3. Some stirring in the Arizona bullpen for the first time.
But they played UCLA in a 3-game set early in the year also. They got swept, but UCLA turns out pretty good. John Savage done a tremendous job with the Bruins this year.
They're in the driver's seat of the Los Angeles Regional, playing UC Irvine in the regional final. And Murray draws a walk, and for the first time, the Mustangs have 2 on. 2 on, 2 out, and that'll bring up Nate Castellón. First walk issued by Smith Bailey. 2 on, 2 out. Castellón is 1 for 2, singled in the second. And a mound visit. Here comes the pitching coach for Arizona, Kevin Vance, to the hill.
Kevin Vance coming over to the Wildcat staff from Boston College. And that's how Adonis Guzman, the catcher for the Wildcats, came over here.
Activity looks like it's now starting in the Arizona bullpen, as Smith Bailey is at 88 pitches with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Now the plate umpire, Rick Allen, going out to break up the meeting. And that is Matthew Martinez beginning to get loose.
My guess, again, my guess, and I'm wrong, what, 95% of the time? So Kevin Vance told his young freshman, get a 3rd out here, you're done for the night.
Empty the tank. A threat for Cal Poly, trying to push their way back in. And it's ball 1 to Nate Castellón.
Freshman versus freshman, right? Both super impressive. Castellón, the starting shortstop for the Mustangs, had a tremendous year.
Trying to hold up. It's 1-1 on Castellón. Second team all Big West for the Cal Poly shortstop. 5th in the Big West in hitting. 1-1. Ground ball toward the hole left side. Sliding stop, spinning around. Maddox Mikalakis got him. Spinned around like he was on a lazy Susan right there. And strong throw to first to retire the side. The Mustangs, they strand 2.
I have no idea what a lazy Susan is, but whatever it is, Maddox Mikalakis laying out some leather for the Cats.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
When businesses thrive, so do our communities.
My name is Oscar Zavaleta. I'm the principal for the Montes Group. I just knew that I wanted to be the person that made the decisions. Without Bank of America, the growth of our company would have been difficult. The way I look at it is Bank of America is one of my partners.
Unlock new possibilities for your business and community. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
At Planet Fitness, there's a number of ways to get strong, and they all add up to one membership, the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet, Planet Fitness.
The Women's College World Series on the networks of ESPN.
NCAA Baseball Regionals, PK Park, Eugene, Oregon, Game 6, regional final. In the Pacific Northwest, Arizona leading at 8-0 with Wes Clemens and her ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you, Tommy Splain. First pitch in the air, deep right center. Casey Murray Jr. has room. He makes the catch, stepping onto the track out there for out number 1. So a Lazy Susan, Wes.
Yes.
Said you didn't know.
I have no clue. I've never heard that in my life.
For example, have you been to a Chinese restaurant?
Yes.
Do you know what the circular moving configuration is in the middle of the table that you put a dish on and you move it around the table? So if you're sitting on the opposite side, I can slide it over to you on this rotating, essentially, piece of glass.
Okay.
That is known as a Lazy Susan.
No, hold on. I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to be shocked. I've never been in a Chinese restaurant that's had that. And so the Chinese restaurants that I go in are takeout. Okay? I don't
Easton
know.
Breyfogle, the batter.
That's way too high end for me. I can't afford places like that. I mean,
really not
to
that
mention
high.
you got to dress up to go into places like that.
Not true.
Well, there's not a chance that, I mean, I'm going to sit down at a table that has a big spinning roulette table in the middle of it. Not happening.
Easton Breyfogle has struck out twice. Josh Morano. And he misses outside. And Morano entered in the second. And he has been in there for Cal Poly ever since. A rough outing. Ethan Marmee started for the Mustangs. And Morano's brother, Tyler, an offensive lineman up the road at Oregon State. Grounded to third. Knocked down. Garza picks it up. And too late to first base. That'll be an error on Alejandro Garza. A one-out base runner for the Wildcats. Back to the top of the order, and Brendan Summerhill.
Well, you can ill afford to boot a ball or even take an extra step with Easton Breyfogle running. He can absolutely fly. And by the way, back to the Lazy Susan thing. Who on earth named that Lazy Susan?
I mean, do not know the origins of where it came.
I mean, seriously. How about a food? How about a food spinner? How's that?
Susan's husband.
Oh, boy.
1-0 on Summerhill, who scored 2 runs tonight. 1 for 2 for the Arizona right fielder. Short lead for Breyfogle. And Morano finds the zone there. It's 1-1. Five runs in the first for Arizona. Aaron Walton, a 2-run homer. RBIs for Andrew Kane, and Tommy Splain is the other way, left center field. And on the move into the alleyway is Dante Bikini to make the grab. And 3 more for Arizona in the second inning, and another 2-run blast for Aaron Walton, who was 3 for 3 tonight. As Arizona out hitting Cal Poly 10-4. Now keep in mind, when they beat Cal Poly in game 1 on Friday, Arizona was out hit 10-2 by the Mustangs.
Yeah, and Arizona had those 2 hits in the second inning. Scored all 3 runs in the second inning. Didn't get another hit for the next 6 innings. They didn't have to hit their part of the 9th inning, but And Cal Poly had them on the ropes. They had many men. They had a lot of traffic on the bases. They just didn't hit very well with runners in scoring position.
Walton fouls it away. Oh, 2 on Aaron Walton. Easton Breifogel at first. Arizona, the Wildcats have won 7 straight into this regional final. After winning their last 2 of the regular season, winning 2 out of 3 at the University of Houston. Won all 3 at the Big 12 tournament at Globe Life Field in Arlington. And then winning their first 2 here in Eugene this weekend. Walton a drive, left center field, going, gone, 3 homers for Aaron Walton. Mason White hit 3 last night for Arizona, 3 tonight for Aaron Walton.
We'll get a look at it's another off-speed pitch, and Aaron Walton knew he got this one also. And what a offensive display by the Wildcats the last 2 games. Wow.
First career 3-homer game for the transfer from Samford, and it's 10-zip Cats. Mason White takes a strike.
There is no run rule in regionals.
Like there is in the regular season if you're up by 10 or more through 7. And White turns out of the way, and that got him. And for the second time in the ballgame, Mason White has been hit by a pitch. And that'll bring up Adonis Guzman for the Wildcats. Morano has thrown 84 pitches now.
Look at this.
Adonis Guzman, and he takes a strike. The most that Morano has thrown in an outing this year. He's worked in relief 19 games. He threw 80 pitches in a relief stint against UC Irvine in late April. He went 6 1/3 in his last outing prior to this regional against Hawaii. He went 6 1/3 innings of scoreless relief against the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. 1-1. Skied, a mile-high pop-up from Guzman. Shallow center, Casey Murray Jr. comes in, and on top of the Oregon logo makes the catch. 2 more for Arizona. 2 unearned runs and a 10-0 lead through 6. The Wildcats trying to cruise into the Super Regionals.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Will you marry me?
Is that Hidden Valley Ranch? This is the most flavorful day of my life.
Easy squeezy Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
When businesses thrive, so do our communities.
My name is Oscar Zavaleta. I'm the principal for the Montes Group. I just knew that I wanted to be the person that made the decisions. Without Bank of America, the growth of our company would have been difficult. The way I look at it is Bank of America is one of my partners.
Unlock new possibilities for your business and community. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
ESPN is the home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals. Around-the-clock multi-game coverage. Scan the QR code right there. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. Aaron Walton not looking for squeeze plays. Going big fly with 3 homers in this one. 10-0 Arizona, and trying to punch their ticket as well. And you can add Louisville to the list as Dan McDonald's Cardinals, they win the regional in Nashville, hosted by Vanderbilt. It was eliminated by Wright State earlier today, and a new pitcher for Arizona's the right-hander for the Wildcats, Hunter Alberini, and the junior from Vegas. There his numbers on the year, his 18th appearance, 6 shutout innings. Smith Bailey was strong tonight for Arizona, struck out 5, walked 1.
Tremendous effort.
First pitch, line drive, sinking in left, but getting there. Easton Breifogel, 1 gone. Cam Hoyland retired. That'll bring up Dylan Kordick. Doubled in the 5th, 1 for 2 tonight for the Cal Poly right fielder. But for the Arizona Wildcats, 4 more home runs tonight. They have hit 13 in their 3 games at this regional. Program single game record, 8 last night. Not just for an NCAA tournament game, for any game in Arizona history.
Well, they had a big one. Breifogel, a big one in game 1, and 12 the last 2 games.
Alberini, here comes the 1-0. That's outside, 2-0. First outing of this regional for Alberini. As he last worked the final weekend of the regular season 2 weeks ago, he worked a scoreless inning with 3 strikeouts against Houston. Solid numbers this year for the junior righty. Falling behind 3-0. You know Kordick is taking here. Doesn't matter, it's ball 4 and a 1-out walk and a base runner for Cal Poly.
Well, if you're Chip Hale and Kevin Vance, the pitching coach, you're going to assume that you're going to hang on to this 10-0 lead. But so now you got to start looking ahead to the future for a super regional, and you are thinking the next live action his pitcher's bullpen will have is going to be a week down the road. So you might see 2 other pitchers end up in this game as well to get some work in.
Runner at first, Jack Collins, 0 for 2. And he takes ball 1, and Super Regionals will start either next Friday or Saturday, depending on how it lines up. Well, how they determine the schedule. So with that said, Wes, would you try to get, for example, your lights out closer, Tony Pluta, an inning just to get him some work? Yeah, he's appeared once in this region.
Well, here's what I would say. Nobody knows his pitching staff better than Kevin Vance. And I'm sure that they've gone through all scenarios about tonight's game with the key arms in that bullpen. Now, I don't know if they have phones here in these dugouts, walkie-talkies.
There's a communication method.
I have no clue. I mean, we used to have to put up signs, and fluorescent ones.
Foul tip to the plate, 2-2.
Of course, I'm joking.
Did they have fluorescent colors when you played?
I knew, and the minute I said it, I said, just you dummy.
Or was it just black and white?
Oh, here we go. Did you not see my red sweater I was wearing on that video?
2-2. Got him. Pumped it by him. 95 from Alberini.
Well, there's some power arms in the back end of this bullpen for the Wildcats, no doubt. And quite frankly, it's been the strength of this club. They have the ability to throw balls by hitters.
2 outs. Kordick the runner at first. Dante Vicchini climbs in for Cal Poly. Alberini with impressive strikeout numbers this year. Throw to first, and he's picked off. Too far off the bag. And Cal Poly wants to challenge this. As trying to get back was Dylan Kordick, and when you're down 10-0, you cannot get picked off.
No, you cannot. And
it's a conference at the mound. Our umpiring crew
has challenged the call of out at first base.
Their second challenge used by Cal Poly in the game. The first one was unsuccessful. And now they have challenged that call at first with Dylan Kordick trying to get back to the bag. So the call was made on the field of out. And now it goes to the replay operations center for them to determine the review.
Well, it looks like Kordick initially thought that was a dirt ball and was going to take off, but Adonis said, not on my arm, you're not. Ball beats him.
I think he got the left hand back in.
Yeah, and keep in mind he's wearing a black glove, so it's very hard to see. It's kind of blending in with the dark carpet. But the previous view, I think, is the best view. The look we had prior to this one, I think if we can see that again, we'll get the best look.
This
one.
sighting.
If we slow it down right now.
I think he got the left hand in there before Splain got him with the gloves.
What a crew we had. Great camera work. And it looks like he's got his fingertips on the tip of the bag. Right. Now, and where's the glove? It's close. It really is close, Rock.
Again, the ruling on the field was out. There needs to be conclusive evidence to overturn it. And certainly the replay review that we had on Friday night was the talk of the college baseball world in that Oregon-Utah Valley game with the play at the plate.
And keep in mind, the crew on the field here has nothing to do with this review. This is a command center in Pittsburgh.
Our plate umpire, Rick Allen.
After video review, the call on the field stands of out. Cal Poly has lost their last challenge. They have no remaining challenges.
Out, call stands. Stretch time in Eugene as the Mustangs are gone to the 7th. 10-0 Arizona.
At Planet Fitness, there's a number of ways to get strong, and they all add up to one membership, the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
If it's summer, Frank's got you covered with these sizzling deals at Fairway. This week, Ruffles are just $3.88. Blue Ribbon Classics bars are only $4.99. Capri Sun or Kool-Aid Jammers are just $2.48. Whole seedless watermelon is only $5 each. Fairway, sizzling savings all summer long.
The Women's College World Series heats up in OKC as softball's elite compete for their ticket to the championship series. The Women's College World Series continues through June 6th on the networks of ESPN.
So the winner of the Eugene Regional will square up in the Supers against the winner of the Chapel Hill Regional, which is going to a Game 7 between the 5 national seed North Carolina and Oklahoma. That game will be played in Chapel Hill tomorrow. Should Carolina win it, they will host the Super Regional. And should Oklahoma win that, and I'm assuming Arizona will win here, up 10-0, batting in the bottom of the 7th. We'll have to see between the 2 number 2 seeds who would get to host the Super Regional. New pitcher for Cal Poly, and taking over for the Mustangs after yeoman's work by Josh Morano out of the bullpen. Maddox Mikalakis leads off the 7th. And the pitcher for Cal Poly is Luke Kofspeak. Maddox Mikalakis homered back in the 2nd inning. Arizona 5 runs in the first, set the tone from the outset tonight. Then 3 more in the 2nd and 2 in the 6th. 3 homers for Aaron Walton. And 4 for the Wildcats, giving them 13 for the tournament. But Morano going 5 innings of relief, and now it's Kofspeak in there. First appearance of the regional, as Kofspeak, freshman from Arbuckle, California, went to Colusa High School. Three and 1 on Maddox Mikalakis. And the pitch. And that's ball 4, and a leadoff walk and a base runner for Arizona.
And of course, when Cal Poly came today, they knew they were going to have to win 2 games or their season is over. And it happens every year. Somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose, and teams are going to go home. And there's 7 seniors on this Mustangs roster, and so many things are going through their minds about, and some might continue on, get an opportunity to play at the next level, and most won't. And that's all across the country, and all the thoughts start going through your mind of the, might it be 2 years you spent at the school or 4, and this is it. This is the last time I put on a uniform. And
Garen Caulfield the other way, backing up and right. And Dylan Kordick is there, shy of the track. Back to first goes Mikalakis. 1 out.
And you wonder about your teammates, and will you ever see them again, and what are you going to do next?
And we saw the heartbreak for Utah Valley earlier, losing in 11 innings to Cal Poly. The leadoff homer in the bottom of the 11th, the walk-off shot from Zach Daudet, the first baseman for the Mustangs. That ended historic season for Nate Rasmussen in Utah Valley.
Just a tremendous season and postseason.
There's a ball hit well out toward right, but it's going to be shy of the track. And Andrew Kane with a fly out to right field, 2 outs. But Utah Valley making the NCAA tournament for the 2nd time in the history of their program. And for the Wolverines, WAC tournament title and their first NCAA tournament win in program history when they shocked Oregon here Friday night.
Just an amazing game, an amazing victory, an amazing performance by the Wolverines in this tournament.
Tommy Splain, and he takes down low from Luke Kofspeak. Ball 1. Splain an RBI single in the first, 1 for 3. And Oregon was the first team knocked out of this regional here this weekend. And Cal Poly comeback, as Oregon had a 3-run lead going to the bottom of the 7th of that game. Cal Poly was the home team yesterday in that elimination game with Oregon. And then the Mustangs rallied and got a 10-8 win over Oregon as Splain in the air to center. Backing up on it is Murray Jr. Still going back. Gone! Tommy Splain! Second home run of the regional for Splain. 5 for Arizona tonight. 12-0 Wildcats.
Well, it's a fastball middle to Tommy, and it exits the yard in dead central. Yesterday, Tommy had 4 hits, and the beat goes on for the Cats.
Splain had 2 homers entering the regional this weekend. He's got 2 in the last 2 days. 14 now for the Wildcats here at the regional this weekend. One 1-0 on Easton Breifogel now. Reached on an error, scored a run in the 6th. He is 0 for 3. But just going back to finish the thought on Oregon, and when that game ended yesterday, the shock in the Oregon Ducks, they stood around and they were trying to process what had just happened, considering phenomenal year that Mark Wasikowski and the Ducks had, winning the Big Ten championship, their first year in the Big Ten, sharing it with UCLA, but got the #1 seed and are recognized as the champion because they won a series from UCLA during the regular season. But they went 2-0.
Yeah, I think for Oregon, it was a shock. Now, for the Wolverines of Utah Valley, they were up against it because of the lack of pitching depth that they had. But although it went into extra innings, but when Daudet left the yard for the game winner, they stayed in their positions on the field. They didn't go anywhere. They just stood there because they realized there's no more baseball this year.
Top of the order, Brendan Summerhill for Arizona. And that is just inside ball 1 to the Cats right fielder, who is 1 for 3, scored 2 runs tonight.
But for the Ducks, Roxy, Mark Wasikowski has done a tremendous job since he arrived here in Eugene. But this year's team, many of the experts thought they had an opportunity to win a national title. That's how good everybody had seen them. And they were just tremendous. They came in to this regional winning 15 of the last 17 games they played.
1-1 on Summerhill. And weak swing by Summerhill, 1-2 the count. But how quickly your season can end in the NCAA tournament. Just like whether it's March Madness, whatever, postseason. And this format's a double elimination format. The suddenness of whether it's the NCAA basketball tournament, whether it's volleyball. You've got one game or one match. And if you don't win it, you're done. It's not like Stanley Cup playoffs, the NBA, where you play a best-of-7 series. And here, it takes on the persona of what's like a regular weekend, where you're playing a best 2 out of 3, but it's a double elimination format. Underhanded, nice play. Ryan Fenn gets the force at second base, and the Wildcats are gone. They get 2 more. Arizona 12. Cal Poly nothing.
Hello, hello, hello.
Get same-day delivery and text a personal shopper for last-minute additions. Just tap Target.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do. 1, 2, 3. Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Yeah, we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
If it's summer, Frank's got you covered with these sizzling deals at Fairway. This week, Ruffles are just $3.88. Blue Ribbon Classics bars are only $4.99. Capri Sun or Kool-Aid Jammers are just $2.48. Whole seedless watermelon is only $5 each. Fairway, sizzling savings all summer long.
The NCAA Regionals coverage for all that's left in college baseball. There'll be some Game 7s tomorrow. ESPN Plus and the ESPN app are your home. More information on game times, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. This one all Arizona. New pitcher for the Wildcats. Julian Tungini on the mound, and the senior from New Canaan, Connecticut. 21st appearance, 41 strikeouts and 23 1/3, and a pinch hitter for the Mustangs to bat for Dante Bikini to lead off. Here in the top of the 8th inning, it is Jake Downing, a freshman from my neck of the woods, Redwood City, California, about 15 minutes away from me. Went to Sarah High School on the peninsula.
There's about 50 cities within a 5 square mile up there in that other state in California.
Jake Downing, and he looks at his strike. 320 for Downing on the year. As the freshman, 75 at bats for Cal Poly. Batting in the 9 spot in the order, and Tungini pours one in. It's 0-2. It's Sarah High School in the Bay Area. You know who went there?
No.
Man who's got more home runs in the history of Major League Baseball than anybody else.
Oh, really?
Barry Bonds.
Did Barry go there?
He did. And who also went there? Swing and a miss. And on 3 pitches, Tungini gets the strikeout of Downing. And there's one out in the 8th.
No.
But a quarterback that has won more Super Bowls than anyone.
Brady?
Yep. Same high school.
Huh. Who knew? Not me, of course. But what do I know?
Shocking that you didn't know.
What do I know? I mean...
Top of the order. And Zach Daudet, 0 for 3 in this one. And that's just a bit high for a ball.
You are never shocked when there's a story about me.
There's a reason for that, Wes.
I got teammates, friends, all blowing up my phone. You got to tell them that story. You got to tell them this story. You got to tell them that story.
You ever thought of writing a book? Because your stories, people wouldn't believe them. This has got to be fiction. This person can't be real.
They're all real. They are, unfortunately. Just the way it is.
Two-1. Hit on the ground, into the shift. That's the second baseman. Garen Caulfield makes the play. And there's 2 out.
I can tell you a quick story, and this had nothing to do with college, but has to do with pro, and you would appreciate this and probably love it. I've never told you this one. I'm in 3A. We're facing Mike Moore, who threw about 98.
Yep.
And just nasty.
Mike Moore won a World Series with the Oakland A's.
Right. So we're in AAA, and I struck out a lot at that time, right? Now it wouldn't be that much, but I did then, and at that time of baseball, and so Mike Moore gave me the hat trick. I'm going back into the dugout, and I walk by a teammate, and he goes, "I won," and I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy at all, and so I kind of ignored it.
Ground ball right side. Tommy Splain has trouble with it. Picks it up, throws to first, looking for the bag safe. Julian Tungini got there, but couldn't locate the bag with his foot, and a base runner for Cal Poly.
But so I walked by, I heard, and somebody goes, I got it. And then I walked down the other end, and the guy says, how much did you win? There's another teammate talking to the guy that I just walked by that said, I got it. Come to find out, they had a pool on if I was going to have a hat trick against Mike Moore.
On their own teammate.
On their own teammate. Once I found out that, I helicoptered my bat right up the runway. True story.
Called strike to Alejandro Garza, who singled in the 6th. He is 1 for 3.
I was beloved by my teammates also.
Clearly your teammates thought very highly of you. One strike pitch. And it's in there. It's 0-2 on Garza. Tungini, an ERA of 4.5. He has 42 strikeouts in 24 innings. There are power arms out of the Cats bullpen.
Just electric what's coming out of his arm. Out of his hand, I should say.
Chase to pitch. Garza, who doesn't strike out much, one of the top 10 hitters in the country in toughest to strike out. 1 hit, 1 left for Cal Poly. Aaron Walton will lead it off. He's got 3 homers tonight.
At Planet Fitness, there's a number of ways to get strong, and they all add up to one membership, the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet, Planet Fitness.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all the things that make summer, summer. Take a Grand Highlander and go root for the home team. Send newlyweds off in a Camry. Congrats. Thanks. Or catch some waves with a RAV4. Still got it.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Your summer starts here. That limbo.
Toyota, let's go places.
Well, Aaron Walton, have yourself a night in a regional final. 3 home runs for the Wildcat center fielder.
Well, it started in the first inning. And then how about back-to-back innings you leave the yard? It's exactly what he did. Hit one in the second inning. And then he decided to wait 4 more innings and hit this 3rd in the 6th inning to match what his teammate Mason White did last night, Roxy.
A hat trick of 2-run homers for Aaron Walton. Arizona has hit 5 home runs in this game. They have hit 14 in their 3 games of this Eugene Regional. And here comes Walton to lead it off for Arizona, and a new pitcher for Cal Poly. It is Tanner Seguspie pitching for the 2nd time today. And that breaking ball falls in there for Seguspie for a strike as the curve catches the top of the zone. Seguspie faced 2 hitters in the 9th inning of the win against Utah Valley, but walked them both. And Walton got under this one, a mile-high pop-up. That's the first baseman camping under it and put away by Zach Daudet. Walton now 4 for 5. And there's one out, and Mason White coming up for Arizona. And one defensive change as well with Seguspie taking over on the mound. And the new left fielder was the pinch hitter, Jake Downing, for Cal Poly. Here's White, and he takes a strike from Seguspie. Pitch, and that's a called strike to White. It's 0-2. Well, we were talking about your stroll down memory lane.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember your first hit as a Wildcat? Why are you laughing?
Who told you that one?
I have my sources. Fouled off by White.
Yeah, I do.
What happened in your first hit in an Arizona uniform?
It was my junior year. We're playing Cal State Fullerton, the first series of the year. I wasn't even due to be a starter. I wasn't going to be a starter. Randy Rader was the designated hitter that day. And first at bat, he takes a violent swing, goes down like somebody shot him, and it was obvious he wasn't going to be able to get back up. And keep in mind, there's
no swing on appeal.
6,000 people in the stands at Arizona, and I know who Cal State Fullerton is. I'm scared. I don't even know if I can play at this level. Baseball at Arizona and Cal State Fullerton. I went running down the end of the dugout, all the way in by the cooler, thinking that.
Grounded foul by White into the Cal Poly dugout.
Coach Kendall wouldn't see me. And I mean, that's how naive I was. Like Skipper wouldn't know. So I went down there, and here, sure enough, oh Wes, grab a bat, son. And I'm literally shaking.
Another foul ball spoiled from Seguspie by White.
And when I say I was shaking when I got in the box, I was shaking. And the only thing I could do was just swing. I swung at the first pitch, and of course it finds a 5-6 hole for a base hit. So as I'm running down first base, still shaking, I want to make sure I touch first. And I was so wanted to make sure I touch first that when I touched first base, I fell flat on my face as I turned. Literally flat on my face. So this is like a Twilight Zone, slow motion. I see the ball's out in left field, so I'm thinking, I got no problem getting up. I'll get up. Don't worry, I'll get back. I'm not moving still, and here comes the ball being thrown in as we see ball 4. But the throw from left is coming into now second, so now I'm starting to get nervous. Okay, I got to get up. I got to get up. I got to get back to the bag. Long story short, I didn't get back to the bag. They threw me out at first, and as I'm head first with my extended arm at the base, I see the whole dugout, the entire dugout. And keep in mind, Coach Kendall's at third base, so he can't see the whole dugout. He's not watching them. They are absolutely, I mean, enjoying this to no end. And I had to get up and walk to the dugout and somehow try to avoid everybody. But yes, that's my first at bat at the University of Arizona.
Adonis Guzman, 1 for 4 in the ball game after the walk Mason White at first base.
So maybe now everybody would understand why when they hit a pop-up to me, the whole dugout got to the top step to find out what was going to happen.
Off the end of the bat, bounding ball. Ryan Fenn flips it to first for the out. And there's 2 outs as Mason White goes to second. And that'll bring up Maddox Mikalakis for Arizona. One other defensive change, by the way, for the Mustangs has taken over behind the plate for Cal Poly. Vinny Vanderwell now catching for Larry Lee, the freshman from Woodland Hills in Southern California. Freshman Downing into the ball game and now giving another freshman a chance to get a feel for the NCAA tournament. First appearance for the Mustangs in 11 years in the NCAA field.
And Larry Lee, I mean, he told us on the in-game interview, they just don't have the depth to compete. in a long regional in the loser side of the bracket against a team as talented as Arizona.
Larry Lee.
Just a tremendous man. An amazing baseball mind.
Swinging a towering fly to right. Going back on it is Kordic at the wall, up against a fence, and it's gone. Another homer for the Wildcats. And the second for Maddox Mikalakis tonight. The homers just keep coming for Arizona. That was a moonshot off the bat of Mikalakis.
It was, and it got up in this jet stream going out to right field for Mikalakis' second home run.
Six more home runs from Arizona tonight. They put up 14, hitting 8 last night, a single game program record. And they have hit 6 and lead this one 14-0. Garen Caulfield 2 hits tonight. And Seguspie gets a strike. One and one on Garen Caulfield. Tanner Seguspie. Here comes the pitch. And that one gets away from the catcher, Vinny Vanderwell. 2-1. Boy, a dominant performance, especially the last 2 days by Arizona. Cal Poly handcuffed him a bit in game 1. But still, Arizona was able to squeak out a 1-run victory. Wildcats 11-1 in run games this year. Tonight is not going to fall in that category.
Well, that's a fine line about winning and losing in a regional, Roxy.
2-2. Caulfield skies this one out of play.
This same Cal Poly team right now that is down 14-0 to the Cats had the Cats on the ropes the final 3 innings of that game. And keep in mind, the Cats were only nursing a 3-2 lead.
They had just 2 hits in that game. And a great effort from Griffin Ness, the starter for Cal Poly. Grounded to third, scooped up by Garza. Fires across to first, side retired, but 2 more for Arizona. We're going to the 9th. The Wildcats 3 outs away from their first Super Regional since 2021.
At Planet Fitness, there's a number of ways to get strong, and they all add up to one membership, the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet, Planet Fitness.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Maybe it's you. Drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
Had the opportunity to meet with Bank of America. That's what lifts communities like ours.
What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Arizona, 6 home runs, 14-0, blanking Cal Poly in this regional final. And the Wildcats looking for their first appearance in a Super Regional since 2021. And the first under Chip Hale. Tomorrow, North Carolina, Oklahoma, 3 Eastern on ESPNU. That winner take all Game 7. Should Carolina win it, they will host the Super Regional. Should Oklahoma win it, the Super would be at a site to be determined, with both Arizona and Oklahoma being 2 seeds. Chip Hale was part of a national championship team as a player, and now as a head coach, trying to get them to a Super Regional for the first time. Matthew Martinez with the chore of trying to get the final 3 outs for the Wildcats. Middle third of the order for Cal Poly. Casey Murray Jr., Nate Castellón, Cam Hoyland, Larry Lee, and Cal Poly. Arizona also trying to get their first shutout in an NCAA tournament game since they shut out UC Santa Barbara in the Tucson Regional back in 2021. The last year they went to the Super Regionals. They hosted that Super and beat Ole Miss to get to Omaha. Called strike, and it's 0-2 on Murray, who is 1 for 2 with a walk.
Well, the Cats pitching staff has been sensational the last 7 games, including this one. The last 2 games against Houston in that series, and then of course 3 games in the Big 12 Conference Tournament, and then here.
Gunning for their 8th straight win. Casey Murray Jr. has had a phenomenal season. All Big West performer in his senior year.
And a tremendous postseason, the Big West Conference Tournament, and in this regional here.
Went 4 for 4 against Oregon yesterday in that elimination game. Hitting up over 300. 9 home runs on the year. Martinez, swing and a miss, and Murray out number 1 in the 9th.
76-mile-an-hour changeup from Martinez on the outside part. And the arms that Arizona has run out here late right now, all due respect to the Big West Conference, these are some big-time arms that they're running out.
Power arms.
These are
in the depth of the power arms. But inside ball 1 to Nate Castellón.
You are right, but they also come power, but with some solid secondary pitches as well.
I mean, in the Big West, there are big arms.
There are.
But they just don't have the depth that a team like Arizona does with the number of guys that can bring it. Single, and Castellón with his 2nd hit of the ball game. Hit number 6 for the Mustangs.
Well, what's the future like for Castellón, Roxy? A freshman starting shortstop, get some postseason experience here at this Eugene Regional. That's a spot in the lineup that Larry Lee won't have to worry about for at least 2 years. He hopes, because it's a little bit different now.
1 out, a runner at first. Cam Hoyland 0 for 3 in the ball game. And runner goes, not being held on, defensive indifference, and taking 2nd is Castellón.
You know, it's a rule that...
And now he's going back to first, and Martinez chasing after him.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm not sure if he thought it was fouled off.
Oh, no.
But he started going back to first base.
He did.
Nate Castellón, and he had 2nd base easy. He was not being held.
Well, we're going to get a look at it right here, and Arizona's giving him the bag.
And he was at 2nd base.
Yeah, he got shaded by Martinez, so he couldn't see home plate.
Two outs, down to their last strike. Cam Hoyland at the plate. Matthew Martinez fires outside. You just feel for Cal Poly.
You do.
1-2. Martinez Fouled away.
An amazing win for them earlier today over Utah Valley, and you can just see it's a team that ran out of gas, ran out of arms.
In the interregional final, Cal Poly. Martinez the 1-2. Line foul sharply into the Arizona dugout. And I think everybody's okay over there as they went sprawling. They're getting ready to run out and celebrate. All of a sudden, they got a flyby over there. 1-2. Got him, struck him out. And for the first time since 2021, the Arizona Wildcats head into a super regional. They're champions of the Eugene Regional. The Arizona Wildcats, 8 straight wins, and they power their way through PK Park this weekend, hitting 14 home runs. Got outstanding pitching as they sweep this regional and are now on the Supers for the first time under Chip Hale.
Well, they turned it on in the postseason the last 3 years, actually the last 4 now, and they went through the Big 12 conference tournament undefeated, and they come here, do the same thing. The nail biter in game 1 against this really, really good, solid Cal Poly Mustang team. They win 3-2 the last 2 nights. They put on an amazing offensive show.
The ticket is punched to the Supers. You can add Arizona to the list. The Wildcats on to the Super Regionals for the first time since 2021, and for the first time under Chip Hale, who joins us, the head coach, who gets the bananas.
I still have no idea what they mean, but I'll take it.
Well, congratulations. Just for you personally, for your team to accomplish this, what does it mean to you, Chip, to take Arizona back to a Super Regional?
It's fantastic. You know, we told the group when we came into the fall, we felt like we had the talent, we had the transfer players that we had gotten through the portal and the JC route. You know, we had the pieces, and it wasn't easy. It really wasn't. You know, we ended up battling it out to get a bye in the conference tournament, and they just came together. And it's a beautiful thing when it happens, and we've all been on teams that's happened, and now you got to keep going. You know, we're not satisfied, and we want to get back to Omaha. That's where we feel like this program should be. So I'm honored to be the head coach, but my staff is unbelievable. The way they work, whether it's positioning, whether it's pitch calling, working in the cage, it's just a great group of guys, and the kids they fight. So we're gonna keep fighting. I don't know where we're going to end up going, but we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Well, Chipper, take us through the emotions of the last 3 weeks. You lose the first 2 games at home against Utah. You're supposed to win and beat this Utah club. Then you lose first game. You win the last game of that series. You go to Houston, lose first game, and some people are saying, well, you're going to have to do something special to even get in.
Yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, listen. I always find it interesting when, and I heard Coach Corbin talk about this last night. It's not like these teams are just going to walk on the field and not play. And Utah came in and played their tails off at our place. And it happens a lot in Tucson, as you know, Wes. Teams come in, it's warm, and they feel good about themselves. They've been in cold weather, and they just get going. And we didn't play very good baseball. And we went to Houston, same deal, and then they turned it around. The kids, it's almost like they stuck the flag in the ground and said, hey, that's enough. We're going to play Arizona Wildcat baseball, and if we lose, we lose, but we're going to lose playing this kind of baseball. And they started to get better with the fundamentals, putting the ball in play, making plays, and making pitches, and we just carried it on. So we just got to keep it going.
Well, congratulations, Chip. Really happy for you, and we'll see you in the Super Regionals.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Chip Hale, the head coach of the Arizona Wildcats. 8 straight wins for the Wildcats, and our Capital One rewarding performance And the Arizona Wildcats, they're homers in this regional.
15 and 13 the last 2 games, Roxy. Amazing performance by the Cats.
And speaking of home runs, he had 3 tonight, and he joins us. Aaron Walton, Wildcat center fielder. You saw Mason White go deep 3 times last night. Did you feel it was your turn tonight?
No, we were just having fun out there and passing on the next guy. That was a lot of fun all weekend. Super proud of everybody.
All right, Aaron, tell everybody how you came from BC to be an Arizona Wildcat. How'd that come about?
Yeah, so I was at Sanford. So it was just, you know, I was up in Rhode Island playing summer ball. So I was with a couple of the guys on the team, and you know, just into the portal and had great relationships with those guys, and then got to talk to the coaches and just, you know, just loved everything about it. It's been incredible, and you know, I couldn't ask for anything else.
For an experience like this, is this why you came to Arizona?
Oh, absolutely. You know, first of all, I just want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, this is what you dream of. This is what you can't ask for much more than this. And you know, we got a special group of guys, and it's been awesome.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy it. We're looking forward to watching you in the Super Regionals next week.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Aaron Walton, 3 homers. Arizona hitting 6, and they hit 15 for the weekend. 8 straight wins. The Cats are rolling into a Super Regional against either North Carolina or Oklahoma. Their regional final tomorrow, Game 7 from Chapel Hill, 3 Eastern on ESPNU. But for the first time since 2021, the Arizona Wildcats win a regional and are on to the Supers. A great weekend of baseball. A special thank you to the long hours by our terrific crew. For Wes Clements and our ESPN crew, Roxy Bernstein, so long from Eugene.